Hiya. Right, my name's Frank and I work at Giant's Causeway, and the main part of Giant's Causeway comes from, the geologists tell us, volcanic activity about 60 to 65 million years ago. And what happens is you get lava flowing out over the surface of what we had here, a river basin. Now it's not like a volcano where it flows thousands of feet into the air. It's just a really heavy flow of lava, and it finds a river basin down here, flows into that, and it starts to cool down. And as it cools down, it's a bit like a dried up riverbed. It starts to form into cracks, Y-shaped cracks, which eventually start to join together, and you end up with rocks from anything from 3-sided to 8-sided. Now the next stage in the process after that can be shown by the columns we have over here, because once you get the rock formed into the 3 to 8-sided version, what happens is the cooling process continues, and those cracks go right on down to produce the columns that we can see here. Now, the last stage of what happens in the cooling process is your columns then start to crack. They start to crack horizontally, but they're a bit like the ball and socket joint of your hip. If you've ever seen that, it's like a ball that fits into a space, and it means that whenever you go up on the top of the causeway stones, you're going to find some of the rocks which are domed upwards and some that loop downwards, because it depends where they've been worn away. Now, the columns that you see today are the result of the last ice age. Happened about 15,000 years ago. It finished that, and that ice, as it was melting, then started to scrape all the softer rocks off the top, which gives you the hard basalt that you see today. Now, it is quite difficult to believe, folks, what the geologists can tell you, because they tell us that at that ice age there was 3 kilometres deep of ice on top of the stones here. And you can understand then, if you had so much ice melting, it would drag across the top of the softer rocks and leave you with the stones that we have today. But I don't know, folks. Sometimes I find 3 kilometres of ice just as hard to believe as believing in the legend of Finn McCool.